Yeah, okay, if no one else joins, then let's start. Yeah. Yeah, so migration of the bot accounts, this is completed. So we now have this little guy here, the ARDWG Git bot, completely new GitHub account. It just has one SSH key and one token for releasing, SSH key for git push pull. That's all. Credentials are stored in our pass vault. So yeah, as we still do not have a good solution for sharing credentials with the community. And it is tied to the app deployments Cloud Foundry org mail. And this is important because you get sometimes a verification code sent to that mail if you try to log in. Okay, but I think everything works. So you can see that releases can be created and Git operations work. And I notified, yeah, okay, this one not, but the automatic releases. So yeah, here, for example, this one. So I think every Git operation should now be done by exactly this one Git bot. And I notified Dave and Carson that they can delete the 3 other Git bots. And branch protection is also working as expected, except for this single clean up stale branches job, which tries to delete something that accidentally matches the regex. Okay, so this is all done. Deploy keys have been deleted if I didn't miss one. The only thing that's left to do is use a distribution list as mail address. Once we have that, that would be better than this Gmail address. Okay, update stem cell miner is green again. This is all fine. Before we come to the hottest topic, but yeah, I guess in this small round, it doesn't make sense to start a bigger discussion. So after started with the story to make FS4 the default stack. So the pull request is ready for review. Where is the Zoom chat? Yeah, okay, I can also paste it in the Slack channel. So yeah, as planned, this request integrates all the FS4 stuff into the CF deployment YAML and makes FS4 the default stack. The old files, the experimentals ops files are still there, but empty. So like this should make the transition a little easier, but of course we will remove those in one of the next releases. And we have an ops file for making FS3 the default again. So Aftab is currently testing this locally with the Cloud Foundry acceptance tests. It would be nice if we would have the acceptance tests running automatically here, but yeah, would be nice to have. But nevertheless, of course, we can start reviewing things, and when the tests pass, then we can update the validation pipeline and run the FS3 validation only here in the Bionic pipeline. Yeah, okay, good. Then let's wait if someone has already feedback, and if not, we can, yeah, maybe merge this next week or so.
Yep, and I would then plan for the next sprint, that means then in May, to remove the CF Linux FS3 stack from the standard CF deployment and just have an ops file to re-edit again.
That would be the next step, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah, then as already discussed several times, the RFC, I think only after, yeah, this RFC for managing the incompatible CF Linux FS4 changes, yeah, needs probably a little bit more input for our side. I added a quick comment. Okay. How we could solve, or how we would prefer things to be handled from CF deployment point of view. So one main idea is to have one BOSH release with different versioning schemes, 0.x.y being compatible, so with the Ruby and Python runtimes, and different versioning schemes, one BOSH release, this would be difficult for CF deployment because we could not easily manage two different versions of one and the same release. Then we would have to skip the validation for one version and only validate the community stack. And the better option for us were two separate BOSH releases, and then we could integrate this quite nicely into our pipelines and validate both. But okay, this needs a little bit more of, should be detailed out a bit better. And there are a few other ideas how to handle this technically, but we have to discuss this, of course, with the maintainers of the FS4 pipeline, because that one is also quite big. I don't know how much effort the different solutions would be for them. Okay, so next steps for us, I would try to detail this out a bit better and also outline a few other approaches, and then we have to come set up a meeting and come to a decision. Okay. Yeah. So that would be everything from my side.
From, let's say, our internal backlog item, branch protection, the point to remove any direct access. So on CF deployment, I still see the CF Gitbot user. Can we remove it or not?
The Gitbot user, really?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can remove it. Collaborators.
Yeah, exactly.
Check. What?
It's password? No.
It's a password, not the...
Sorry. Excuse me, I opened yeah, sorry, I opened the anonymous tab. So let me check GitHub.com. So, okay, yeah, indeed. Yeah, so this group only contains now 2 members. That's me and the new bot. This is fine and automatically configured. And indeed, yes, this is now wrong. I think this can now simply be removed. Goodbye.
I guess we have to do it for all projects like cuts and I don't know, the 5, 6.
Possibly, yes. Then I will do it later, but
Yeah.
I think let's check the acceptance tests. Collaborator. I am okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
it will be everywhere because that one was used widely before.
It's
But
everywhere.
well, then everything is really clean. That's how it should be.
And
3 teams.
everything is clean. So deploy keys are deleted. Yeah, the groups are okay, automatically set up, and I think we should then be really good to go. Okay. Yeah, we only had to configure exceptions for the technical repositories. So that is, for example, the CI pools repository and 2 others which simply contain technical information. They are exempted from the branch protection rules because we have only main here and it's directly pushed. Yeah. Good. So this fantastic epic should then almost be finished. To a good end. Yeah. Good. Any other topic? If not, maybe one more thing, which is, yeah. So again, the CATS tests are very unstable, and I already asked here in a related thread. So this is the pattern we use for pushing test applications. We do a CF push and then wait CF push timeout duration seconds. Now, if you do a CF push without any special configuration, the timeout to starting apps is 60 seconds, right? And if the
health check timeout,
yeah. So, okay, and we have indeed the failing CATS jobs show that the apps did not become healthy in 60 seconds because it takes a little bit longer. And then this construction here is more or less useless, right? So this is longer, 120, 180 seconds. But this is then...
moment. I think this timeout is required because it covers from entering CF push until CF push finished. The 60 seconds are just one small step within the CF push.
Okay, but if we see that apps do not become healthy repeatedly within 60 seconds, we need to configure another timeout here.
You need to add another switch on the CF push command or in the manifest, but the CF push timeout duration doesn't help you to increase it. That's true.
Okay, then I guess my understanding is right. And I'm really wondering, I think most tests push without an increased healthy timeout. And this
expectation is that within 60 seconds, a dummy application like it is used starts.
It is not. I mean, I'm not sure what the parallel setting is. If it's 12 parallel pushes and you have, 4 API nodes and a smaller database.
That's independent. I mean, the health check is just a thing when the application container comes up. So this is completely independent of API nodes.
Okay, but
Diego
then it depends on the Diego cells.
Yeah, yeah, the Diego cells, if there's even the
we have
scheduling should be excluded. It should really be the container starts. So let's say you have just very, very little memory and you have T types of VMs that are already exhausted with the CPU cycles, and maybe your container just gets too little CPU cycles to start up. But for Java application, I would say yes, that could happen because it has to do. But a Nginx static file that should, I mean, it should take milliseconds to start such a container.
No, it's really taking longer. Yeah, I don't know if I find a good example now, but you can see it here in CF logs. When the push starts a few seconds before the first log output, and then until healthy, it takes too much time. Okay, good. So yeah, increasing.
There was in the Kapi channel one discussion because the Kapi team also observed such flakiness, and it was for one application that uses the binary build pack and took a HTTP application that was implemented with Netcat and Bash, a one-liner. Yeah, okay, freaky bad code. But anyway, this one is also for unknown reason doesn't come up and is often problematic, and nobody knows exactly why. And there are ideas to look into the build pack lifecycle, or something was changed in routing. There's no real root cause yet.
Okay.
Just maybe to double check whether it's the same application that fails. Couldn't find out if it's for all build packs or just for one or one type of test where exactly this strange test application is used.
It's actually different applications, but they're all dummy applications. Okay, good. But I could check if the Diego cells are maybe a little bit overloaded, and if things get better, if we add a few cells or scale up a little bit. And if not, would have
default memory limit. If we increase that, then at least the container gets a bit more CPU. I don't know at which level this one is. And maybe there is this in the Kapi channel. I could look it up. There is a discussion about that problem. And Carson knows that in detail as well. Yeah, I wanted to ask him tonight about it. And he is currently asking all the other teams if they remember. It was a certain day when it started, 3rd of April or something like that. Maybe we can double check if that coincides.
Not really. I think at least the experimental tests have always been a bit flaky, but can also double check. These are the only ones that run on AWS. The rest on GCP, maybe they have the wrong VM size or something. I think the upgrade is also not really stable. And Fresh is also flaky. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a discussion thread in the runtime deployments working group from Seth Boyd.
Okay.
From Friday, 7th of April, and there he says also which cats -11 app, but I don't know if that helps.
Cats what?
Cats -11. I don't know if that's a test number or if that's just a dummy number. And then comes -app minus.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a few options for fine tuning, for improving things. Okay, good. I will wait for replies on the thread, and then we can try out things. Yeah. Good. Anything else?
Not from my side.
Okay. Yeah, good. There's also nothing more from our side. Then thanks for attending. So,
Yeah.
we know what to do, how to proceed, so it's all fine. Thanks for attending.
And see you.
Again soon.
Okay.
Yeah, see you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.